we're not talking about anything looking bad, just that I'm shorter.
And it didn't look bad that I was so much taller.
You just like that.
Yeah, I did. It's the only time in my entire life I'm taller than somebody.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Joanne.
Hello, that's Amy.
Oh, we're coming to you from Magpies Cottage, Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Oh, and guess what? It's our 100th
Woo, woo, woo,
anniversary.
woo.
Yay!
Yes, 100.
Yep. So,
You poor people looking at these mugs for 100 times.
yeah. Wow.
Oh, well. So we're celebrating today.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I have a piece of chocolate here. See? Dark
Yeah.
chocolate. That's why we're celebrating.
Okay. I'll drink champagne tonight.
You do that.
Oh, maybe while I'm editing, I'll drink champagne.
Yes, okay.
It's actually cupcake sparkling Moscato.
Oh.
It's not actual champagne. Yeah.
Well, that sounds really good.
Mm-hmm. It is good. I
Okay.
like that. That's the only sparkling one I like is that cupcake brand. I don't like the other ones.
Bubbles give me a headache.
Yeah. This one's not too bubbly. So, yeah. So, let's jump right in. What are you wearing?
What am I wearing? Before we forget, it's Ice Cream Social by Lisa Ross.
Very nice. And that was made for a mini skate set and a...
Yeah, I think it was 2 skeins and 6 minis.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 full skeins and
I
6
like
minis.
the way that's so lacy. And they're crossover stitches?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I like
Here,
the
I'll hold
lace
up
on
your-
that.
Hold it up. See? Kind of. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's kind
You
of
know,
cool.
I haven't really knit a lot of lacy things lately,
Mm-hmm.
but I did this last summer.
Yeah,
I did enjoy
it's kinda
it.
Cool.
You know, I'm not I don't think I'm a real lace lover per se. I mean, you know, you see these, sometimes people knit these absolutely amazing half pie,
Oh,
lace
yeah,
everywhere
yeah.
things. Not my thing.
No.
I don't think I'd even ever wear that.
I don't like knitting lace on the purl row or second row, if you will. I like having that rest row.
Yes.
So,
Well, there's a difference. Lace knitting and knitted lace.
okay.
Okay. Oh gosh. Now don't ask me to remember.
Okay.
But here's the difference. One of them, which I can't remember which is which at this particular minute, but just suffice it to say that one of them is when you have the rest row in between is knitted lace or lace knitting. That's it. When you have the rest row in between, it's lace knitting.
Okay.
But knitted lace does not. And so you could have pattern on the back.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, that's kind of rough because, yeah, it's those
Yeah.
yarn overs inside of yarn overs and all that.
Well, and then
Yeah.
they have noops in there and all kinds of
Yeah,
other crazy
you don't
things.
wanna mess up.
No, tinking it is
Tinking
difficult.
yeah, I mean
You
it's
know,
bad
but it's
enough as a
also one of
regular.
those things. It's probably always charted.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to be able to read a chart. But the thing is when I am doing that kind of knitting, I'm usually at a table, and I've got my chart right there, and I'm going every line, and I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
I remember I did 2 of
Get a
these.
drink. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll just tell you. I did 2 of these. They were an advent calendar scarf, but it was a wide scarf. So it would have been more like a wrap kind of thing. And it was a lady from Germany, and every day she put out, and it was maybe a good 4 inches of lace. And it was, or of pattern. So every day was a different pattern. And I knit 2 of them. I don't think I've ever worn either one of them. One actually is in my UFO pile that I do want to finish someday. But that was actually the first one I started. And that one, it's because it's knit in Malabrigo lace. And it's hummingbird, which is my favorite, one of my favorite Malabrigo colors. You know, it's funny, and I would have knit something in hummingbird. No, I did actually. That's right, I did knit a sweater in it. I love Malabrigo. hummingbird color. I mean, I like the yarn anyways, but I mean, I love Malabrigo in that sense. But I will say for sweaters, I think it pills easy. So the Rios does. You got to be kind of careful how you wear it.
Does. Well, anything 100% merino does.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I think merino is very soft, but it's not
Real durable.
Yeah.
And I don't use Malabrigo sock for socks because they wear out.
Oh, I tried. Like one of my first pair, probably, well, not my first, but probably my fourth or fifth pair, I used that. And my toe went right through it.
Yeah.
And so then I cut the toe off and I re-knit a toe on there, you know, just a standard toe. It was a different yarn, but who cares? And then I wore them again, and it wasn't even the whole season, and it got a hole in the heel.
Yeah, no.
So it did not wear well.
It makes gorgeous shawls, but not, they call it sock. And no, it doesn't make socks with it.
Yeah,
So
you
I
have to
would
have
not
that
do that.
nylon. I think at least 15% nylon
Yeah.
to make a sock durable. And you know, I was looking at my socks again, got out a pair, and my opal socks are just about as old as those Malabrigo ones, so they're 6 years old. And they look like brand new, made with opal yarn. And they're so comfortable. It's like sometimes those old standards, you just gotta stick with them.
I guess.
So, yeah, so more opal socks are in my future.
Okay. We have some new yarn in the shop.
Oh,
And
that, yeah.
it's 100% acrylic.
Uh-huh.
I was just sitting here looking at it. It's green gold, it's Packer colors. It is Cascade Anthem cords.
Yeah, I don't know why it has musical
What a weird
chords
name.
on it.
Anyways, it's 100% acrylic. I could knit. I wonder what this would look like in a sweater. Does it stripe? Do you know? Oh yeah, looks like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They're kind of uneven and kind of blotchy. I would never wear a sweater with that if I were to wear a sweater, because 100% acrylic makes you sweat.
Okay, you're right.
I put it on babies, especially cardigans on babies, because it's so washable. You know, you're not going to beat it. And babies spit up on everything, so you want it really washable. This I bought in the shop, and I bought 40 skeins of it so people can make blankets. You know, I had a lady in here that talked about wanting to make her grandson a blanket. And I said, oh, I'll get the perfect yarn for you. So
This is
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, so if I would take, well, like the blanket I'm working on, and just knit that pattern using this. Okay, there's 186 yards on here. So, you know, I could say go with 10 skeins. At $5.99 a skein, $6 a skein. It's like $60 for a blanket. That's a really good deal, and it's not coarse. You know, you go to the big box and you buy the, you know, mega
that
skein.
Red Hearts.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
rough.
Pound of Love, whatever it is. This is by far softer and not much more expensive, and it has a really nice feel to it in the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, this would not annoy my hands if it was going through
No,
them.
and it's got a nice twist too. Like some of those cheaper yarns that are all acrylic just peel apart while you're knitting with them.
Yeah.
And they're always splitting. And this has a decent twist. It's not going to do that. So, yeah. So it's here.
I wonder how
Good
this
for
would you
blankets.
like if you were doing a blanket. I wonder how a magic knot would hold up.
I wouldn't do magic knot with acrylic.
Come on, that's just fun.
No. I would use a square knot and then go back and weave it in, but I would not. I wouldn't trust magic knot.
You know what? You could do a magic knot and just not trim the ends and weave them in.
Right. Yeah, that you could do.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
But you'd still have to weave the stupid end.
It's not that hard. 10 minutes and you're done.
I wonder how this would handle a Russian join.
Again, it's too slippery for that. Acrylic is not grabby. You know, it's not like your wool where it grabs. So it would probably come out.
Okay, I'm just saying that if I have 10 skeins of this in a blanket, that's a lot of ends.
It's only 20 ends.
That's too.
And if you tied a square knot, you know, I know people say never ever tie a knot. I do a lot of times, especially with acrylic. I tie a square knot. You only have to go under like 5-6 stitches. You don't got to go up a row, down a row. Just go back this way and back this way and 5-6 stitches and trim it. And trim it with a 1/4 inch left because it's going to soak in that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
At any rate,
Yep.
this is new in the shop. And, you know, for that Packer fan or that mom who wants to knit her Packer fan a blanket, this stuff is perfect. It is.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
you could
I don't
use it-
dislike this color at all.
No, you could use it for a hat too. I have a picture on here, and Roxanne made a hat with it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fine. It's all acrylic, so it's good. You know, you might sweat, but you know the weather we've been having lately, a little sweat would be nice because it's been in the negatives and
You know
single
what?
digits.
I have a pattern for these beer mitts.
Oh yeah.
Hold it double. Make great beer mitts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it would be good for that.
That would be an idea.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I see a new yarn come in a shop, I mean, well, this isn't new. You've had this a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, yeah, I've had it. I think they were closing out of this color, and being from a Packer state, I didn't want it to go away. So I bought
Right.
40, figuring, oh, maybe that'll last me till a replacement comes along. Because Universal stopped having their team colors too.
Oh.
And now if Cascade is gonna stop, I don't know if they're stopping or they're just redesigning it. But I thought I better get enough.
Wow.
So
It's called
Yeah.
Anthem Chords GB.
yep,
Wow. I think it's beautiful for Packer yarn.
yeah.
So
So you got any finished projects?
I do.
What did you finish?
I finished a
Oh,
hat.
does that look beautiful with that pom-pom?
I love this hat.
Is that CC Beanie or is that mine?
It's CC Beanie.
Okay.
It's copycat CC Beanie on Ravelry. It's a free pattern by Clementine Knits and Sews or something like that. That's Clementine somebody. Anyways, and I love this one. And so the whole story of why I had to knit this for myself is then when I was subbing last week, it was hysterical. I'm standing outside because you always gotta
Look while you're talking. Keep going.
you gotta stand outside with your class at the end of the school day so that people can what?
You got your name on there, Amy.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I didn't know you got leather tags with your name on. I mean, I see these tags all the time, but it says Amy on it.
It says, well, these say handmade.
Made for you by Amy.
I have other ones that the ball of yarn is in the shape of a heart with the needles.
Okay.
And then the other, it says Knit with Love by Amy.
Okay. All right, go ahead with your story.
Okay, so anyways,
You're
all the
subbing.
staff is standing outside with their groups of kids, right?
Yeah.
And it's because of the way the driveway is at Wilson, you got to sit there until all the kids are delivered to the appropriate parent. And I'm looking around, and I swear every other hat was a CC Beanie.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought to myself, that's crazy. I need a CC Beanie if I'm going to sub here. So I went home, and I knit one up.
There you go.
So-
And you got the pom-pom.
And I got the leather tag.
Yep. Got
Okay,
it all.
I found these on Etsy. There's a lady, she is actually out of Wisconsin, south and west of Milwaukee. Anyways, she's from Wisconsin. So if you want to look up, great service, lots of options, love her tags.
Were they sewn on?
I sewed this on,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, so when I did all of my Christmas knitting, that's when I ordered the ones with love.
Oh,
And so
okay.
everybody that got a hat at Christmas time has a leather tag. And see, the thing is, I got this, I'm into this leather tag stuff. So now, when I finish whatever, the edge of my sweater that I just finished, my Lopi one, I'm going to put one of these on the bottom edge of my
okay, on the
sweater.
hem. Sure.
On the hem of my sweater. I am putting these on everything.
Okay. Well, a lot of people like to put them on the backs too, so you know which way is the front and back, especially like a flax or something where it's not easy to tell.
Right. But if I have it on the front,
Yeah, on the hem, you'll know.
Then I'll know there
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know, I mean, I used to sew in, you know, fabric labels on
Mm-hmm.
things. When I gave it away, when I would give it away, I would put "Handmade for You" by Amy and,
Okay.
and that stuff. I would do that all the time. And then I actually ordered online somewhere years and years and years and years ago labels with my name on it. I had them printed.
Okay.
And so I did that. But I can't find them.
Oh, okay.
They're in my house somewhere. God only knows where.
Yeah. See, the ones I had printed were just like a roll of ribbon. So then there's a raw edge on each end.
Yeah.
The ones that say Magpie. So I fold them and put them in a seam, which is fine for sewn things.
Right. They work great on the project bags and that stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, so this is my FO of the week. I really just
Okay.
needed to knit my hat.
Okay.
Oh, and I finished that one for Cora too, that little one, but I didn't bring that one along.
Okay.
She liked it. You
Good.
know, when we were at the retreat, it looked so small.
Mm-hmm.
It really, it stretches. It's a broken rib pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an amazing amount of stretch in that hat.
Yeah.
I was shocked by that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it would be, because I kept looking at that and thinking it was the child size. Cora's head is not ready for an adult small yet. She needs the child size. And it looked really small, but it looks, it fits her.
Good. Good. This is the only thing I finished this week. I got to weave in the ends yet. It's a little doll sweater. I only finished it just because I needed the needles. I was sitting back there last night knitting, and I needed a size 5 needles for ribbing, so I did this. I initially started this to make
you were
it.
doing that.
I made it to be an ornament, and it turned out a little bigger than I wanted, so I'll give it to Kylie. And
Well, it'll fit one of Cora's dolls. I'll take that home with me.
No, I'm going to give it to Kylie for her doll. So,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, so, and we're going to her birthday party on Sunday, so I'll give it to her in that package. I have a hat for her with a pom-pom, and I'm going to take the crown you guys had me wear, I think it was, on my 60th birthday. I had a little pink crown back there with all those diamonds. I'm going to take that for her to wear on her, for her birthday
She'll
party.
love that.
Yeah. So, this was my big FO.
Yeah, she does have a big FO. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Let's see. I was up quilting this late last night and putting binding on. So
Amazing.
yeah, it's all a custom quilt that I did stitch in the ditch, and then where there wasn't a ditch, I made believe there was a ditch. So I got this done.
So,
it's big.
are these strips, or were you just did all that?
This was a jelly roll where they have
Okay.
those 2.5-inch strips, and I sewed 5 together.
Okay.
And then I used a ruler with angle lines and cut them on the angle lines. And then I cut this piece to mimic this size and just sewed a whole row of them. And
Oh, yeah, because this is the great parts of one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it goes this way. This is the top. But I'll go like this so you can see how it's pretty long.
Okay, so this is like a queen size?
No, because it's only 72 across
Okay.
and 80 something.
Okay.
84, I think, long.
Okay.
So Becky will just use it on her couch. It's Becky's birthday today,
Oh, that's just beautiful.
so I had to stay up last night till it was done.
So did you use any strip more than once?
I don't know, whatever's in the jelly roll. I mean, the same, like, this set, and I just saw it, and this set are the same, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the same. They're cut out of the same strip set.
Okay.
So yeah, they're in here more than once.
Okay, so now you got me thinking. I hate this when I think. It's never a good thing.
Yeah, all those
I
patterns.
love this.
Right, that's.
What I love about this is the colors of the trees.
Uh-huh.
I could do the Christmas fabric jelly roll
Yeah.
and do something like that.
That's this quilt.
Okay. This is not a rabbit hole I should go into. But see, this is a new pattern. We just got these patterns in the shop. And this is this quilt. And I absolutely love this.
I just have dark stripes here where they had the white. They're lighter.
Lighter green, yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw Christmas jelly rolls.
Yeah. That's what this was. This was a Moda Christmas jelly roll. I don't have Christmas jelly rolls in the store, but I might change my mind around July.
Well, if you do and decide to order them, then let me know.
Okay.
So that you know to order me one and the rest of the world.
Okay. So yes, I have the pattern for this now. This was in the front window for a long
She might not have it for long, I'm just saying.
I ordered a couple of them.
Oh, good. Okay, well then I won't be greedy.
I already sold one of those yesterday. Yeah. So those were my 2 FOs for this week. We were at the retreat all week.
We had a blast.
It was great. Yeah. So we were working on a lot of stuff. You got a lot of presents. We had our goodie bags full of stuff. There were door prizes.
Goodie bag.
The bags were all made by
Love
our
it.
friends
Love this.
Sandy and Racine. Thank you,
Sandy,
thank you, Sandy.
if you're watching, I love this bag. It's the
Yeah.
perfect size.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was filled with all kinds of good stuff.
Yep.
I love my knitting tool because I needed another one. I carry one in my little, travel tool bag.
Yeah.
But I don't have one in my tin that's right by my knitting chair. So
Okay.
that's where that thing went right away.
Right.
I just took it out of the bag. And we
Yeah.
had ball sacks in there.
Yep. I made everybody one of those.
And chocolate, and that was really yummy.
And homemade Kleenex holders
yes.
for the little travel bags.
So I mean, really great
Did
goodie
you
bag.
bring your sheep?
No,
That was your FO for this week too.
I knit. I'll bring it. I promise. Next time we podcast.
Should I stick a picture in here?
Well, I sent you one.
Yeah, I could stick it in
You can
right
have-
here.
yeah.
Right here.
Okay, insert picture here.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did finish it. It looks
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, Laurel donated for the goodie bags all these little wooden sheep. And I think they came from Juniper Moon, I'm pretty sure
Yes.
she said.
Yes.
Was where they came from. And the sweater pattern was from Susan B. Anderson.
Yep.
And they were very cute. People were making them. I didn't have the right size needles with, and I was pretty monogamous, which is really weird for me.
No,
Yeah.
because you have to knit Lexi's sweater.
Yeah.
Get it done, girl.
Well, let me just show you.
She
We're
did
not on-
the
we
whole
didn't-
weekend. I have never seen her stick with one project for that long ever.
I know, but I am on the ribbing. That's why I needed the needle last night.
Look at this.
So this, I took the Cedar Valley poncho pattern, and I did rows 1 through 50 of the chart. And then I just started going in, stocking it, made the increases I need to for the right size,
Love
and
this.
made a sweater out of the poncho pattern. And I'm on the ribbing.
Okay, I think you should write this up and
I have
put it
been.
on.
I've been keeping notes. Yeah, Lavon wants it already. She wants to make one. So I don't know that I'm going to size it. So I don't know that I'll have this as a paid-for pattern. If I do, it'll take a while to get there. This is size 42. I think it's a little smaller than 42, but I don't know. I gotta measure again. Well, maybe not. When I hold it like that, it looks okay. Probably just because there's no sleeves right now and the needle's on it. But, yeah, it's supposed to be size 42. This is Earth Yarn, their Harvest. Not Earth anymore. Yeah, it is Earth. Used to be Fezza.
It is nice yarn, but don't wind it.
This last one,
Yeah.
I wound it. Not one kink in the whole cake. It's a beautiful cake. I was like, what happened? The one before it, 4 little balls. This one beautiful cake. You never know. Yeah.
Malabrigo's like that too.
Yeah, especially the Rasta.
Or the sock.
Yeah, so But Fezza is terrible at winding their yarn. The worst of all of them.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I was working on.
What am I working on?
What were you working on at the retreat?
Well, this is actually sock 2. I'm doing an afterthought heel. That's what that is. This line here is. It's just some self-striping yarn with a very no-brain slip stitch pattern to get that little ridge in there, and an afterthought heel. And that's the end of that. No brain sock, no pattern necessary. And so then I have to finish now I'm on this blue stripe here. I have to finish this blue stripe, do the toe, and do the heel.
Do you ever get holes on the sides of your heel?
No, because I use the tail to sew them up.
Oh, you want to never even have to do
Well,
that?
I know you just pick up a stitch in there.
You just you don't put these all the way to the end, your waist yarn. You put them 2 stitches in.
Oh, so I could have knit the first 2 stitches of the row.
Right.
And then do the waist yarn.
Yes. And then stop 2 stitches before the end. And then the rest of it stays the same. You still pick up, put your needle in all the way.
Well, okay, but then doesn't it make your heel depth 2 rows shorter? Because you have 2 less stitches?
No, because you still put your needle all the way across.
Oh.
It's just kind of, those 2 stitches are on the inside.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Okay,
Yep.
so my plan is to always have a pair of socks on the needles. Because, there are just times where you want to have a no-brain knitting project that's in a tiny bag, that's very portable, and socks are that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, I have one in the car.
Well, that's what I
Little
usually
sock.
called
It's
it, my
just a
car
short-
project. But
it's
that's
a
what this
short
is. So
little sock.
I finished, these have been on the needles for a while. And I don't know, they kind of got lost. And so I finished the first sock most of the way at the retreat. And then, what did I work on before I worked on my socks? I worked on my socks. Oh, I worked on my blanket. I worked on my scarf. Oh, the 2 hats. Yeah, chorus hat and this hat.
Yeah.
Okay, there. Now I'm at
Okay.
I feel better.
Are you working on any other projects?
Like this one?
What's in there? Is it a gnome? You always got a gnome on the go.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No gnomes. No. This one.
Oh, teeny tiny ball means big price.
Okay. This is a lesson in don't ever complain about your husband never buying you the right gift, because sometimes they thoroughly shock you. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I got for my birthday last year. The story goes that I sent him a message on Facebook. I sent my husband a message on Facebook. How ridiculous is that? But I said, here's what you get the knitter who has everything. And this is what he got me. Yeah. The most expensive yarn I've ever seen.
Yep, Kiviat.
Yeah, okay, so this is 100% Kiviak. And it's just this little ball, and it's lace weight yarn, and there's 218 yards on here, and it's gonna be this little scarf. Not very wide, but enough to wrap around a neck. And okay, I gotta get used to knitting lace again. But just the speed, and when you knit big stuff, you can go faster. This you gotta putz with.
Yeah.
So, anyways, maybe it's okay because then I can enjoy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is what else I've got on the needles. I did start this last weekend. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's a pretty little lace thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna,
There you
nice
go.
scarf. It'll block out all right. So yeah, thanks, Ron.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It's gonna be warm.
It's gonna be
really
warm. Well, and the thing is, I got that red wool button-down coat. The only thing I don't like about the coat is every piece of lint on the face of the earth sticks to it.
Okay.
Okay, that's the one thing I don't like about the coat. But that said, it's red, and it's got I guess they're called tortoiseshell brown, white buttons. Well, this brown is going to be perfect. I mean, this stuff comes in all different colors, so why the heck he picked yucky brown? I don't know, but...
You know, I see it in that color a lot. That just must be their natural color.
Well, and maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, because...
I mean, I honestly sent that Facebook message to him. Well, it was like I shared a post. I honestly sent it to him as a joke. I wasn't serious.
Yeah.
You know, because they always laugh about me and my yarn stash and my overabundance of needles and yada yada, you know. I'm a little excessive about this, and I admit it freely, and I don't care. But I sent it to him as a joke, and he went and bought it.
That was nice.
That was nice.
Very nice.
He'll never watch this, so he'll never know I said anything nice. Can't have that happen now, can we?
I guess
Oh, gosh.
not.
So anyway, so that's what I'm working on. And then I have the blanket.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You better show it.
Okay.
You explained this whole glow-in-the-dark yarn, and...
I did
think
show you the swatch.
Yeah, you showed it, yeah.
I showed the swatch. Okay, so this is where I'm at with the blanket. A minimum of 10 rows a day. Not even halfway yet, but it's not bad looking.
No, it's nice looking.
So, and I'm thinking at first I thought I wasn't going to block this because it's acrylic and it doesn't really hold a block. But I'm going to block it because there's little things like the little curls down here. I want to block that out. And I'm thinking that, so I am going to literally soak it, let it, get it wet, spin it out in the dryer or in the washer, and maybe put it in the dryer for a little bit. And then I'm going to pin it down.
I mean, it'll be enough to hold it while you give it.
And then after that, it'll be in California.
It goes back to shape, right?
I don't really.
But you know, this is a nice pattern that would be nice for Advent kits.
Oh yeah.
You know, it would be smaller. It would be a wrap probably, but I could see this in an Advent where each one was a different color, 24 colors.
Absolutely.
That'd be beautiful.
The pattern is called Annie's Song by Laura Ayler.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's pretty much no brain knitting. You only got to think about 2 rows, and you do those 2 rows twice here and here, and then the rest is knit and purl on the wrong side. So I mean, I get my rule to get this done before I go out to California is to knit 10 rows a day on this. I am actually ahead.
Are you about halfway now?
Not quite. When I get to, I have to do this blue and this pink, and then I'll be halfway.
Okay.
So, with any luck, by Monday, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I got today's knitting done already, and I'm not going to pick this up later tonight. No way, I'm done. You know, the thing is, for me, these are size 8 needles. I don't use needles that thick, that big.
I know.
I just don't. I'll do it maybe on occasion on a bulky hat, But I just don't. And this is hard on my hands.
Yeah.
My hands, I won't say they hurt, but they feel tired. So when I do after I get my 10 rows done, like today, I actually technically did 12 today. And the reason I did 12 is because when I started, I had this pattern row, then 4 rows. Oh, I should do it this way. Here's the pattern row, and then there's 4 rows, and then before you do the pattern row next, you got 6 rows. So I figured 2, and then the 4. Well, now when I pick it up tomorrow, I'll be at a pattern row again.
Okay.
So then tomorrow's knitting might take me a little longer, so I'll only do the 10, but I'll have 2 pattern rows, 4 in between, 2 pattern rows, so that's 8 rows. And then what I might do, depending upon my time, if I quit after those 8, fine. But then after you do the last 2 pattern rows, there's 4 plain rows. So, and then you change colors. So I've been finding, looking at where I'm at and stopping at a logical place. Like right here, the reason I stopped here, well, 1, because I'm going to the pattern row, but 2, I got to put the next ball on. So that's why I stopped there. And and I was worried about usage and how my yarn was gonna, because I have 7 balls of each color. I think either I will just break into the 7th ball or won't need it. Because I'm getting, every stripe is taking about a ball and a half.
Okay.
And then, of course, I did my swatch out of this darker green, so I know I'm going to dip into that ball. And if I had to, I can take my swatch apart.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know that I will need to or not yet. But it is so far. And the funny thing is, the other thing is, you don't know if it's yarn usage or if it's yarn weight or how they measured each ball. But like this one, because since I'm on the second set of for each color, so I'm on, the first part is done with the half ball, and then the second part is done with a full ball. So when I finished this pink this morning, actually, I had to dip in a little bit. My color change was back here, whatever. It was in the last row of the pink, and I had maybe this much to go, and I'm going, so I had to dip into the next ball. Whereas this one, now that I've got the 6 rows done for the half a ball, because it's 18, this will get me partway through my next row, which means then when I get to the end of the full ball, I'm going to have some left, probably something like this. So it's weird how one section ends up with just like perfect, and a next section isn't. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so, I mean, I don't dislike it. My hands get tired from knitting it, but I am on track, and I will be done. My goal is to be done by February 20th.
Okay.
That's and not big. I don't leave for California until March 3rd or March 2nd, one or the other, whatever. 3rd. But I want it done by the 20th, because on the 20th I'm going to cast on a project for a different knit along. Because I'm going to do a knit along I saw on Ravelry for color work.
Okay.
A color work accessory. So I don't know if my color work accessory is going to be a hat or if it's going to be mittens, but it'll be one or the other.
Okay.
I don't think a vest counts as an accessory, but I got that on the horizon too. I don't know. We'll see.
Speaking of knit-alongs,
Yes.
we're going to have one in Hugo. Now
This is Hugo.
Mine is a little bigger, because I'm bigger. I made it a little longer on the shoulder, so it's not an exact copy, but it'll look much like that.
I should bring mine in. Because, you look at yours, and then when you're going to look at mine, they're very different. Exact same pattern. Because what I did with mine is I color blocked it. So my top part is kind of a gray. Then I have a light purple, and then I have a dark purple. And mine, I made, this is kind of shorter. Mine, I made long. And I don't know what kind of, I think I took my neck, and I made the neck longer so it's more like a turtleneck. And it folds over, I think. I got to look at it again.
Okay.
But I made mine for my mom.
Well, the length on this one I made very specific, because when you pick your arm up, I wanted it to come just like this sleeve does. I didn't want it to roll back on itself. I wanted it just to be just below my elbow, because if it's longer, it might either get awkward or it's going to roll back up your arm. So that's why I made it that length. I don't know if anybody else has that concern.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, I got to block mine. I want to reblock it before I bring it in. But I think for the knit along, it's the same pattern.
Yeah.
2 very different ways of doing it.
Sure.
I enjoyed knitting that thing. I will say this much.
Yeah. Those are little cables on that raglan increase thing, and so it doesn't really show as a cable so much, but they are. It's very cute. So I am ordering a ton of ultra alpaca. That's what most people are going to make it out of. And so I will have lots of that in the store before March 10th. And I think that'll be a good thing to make out of. We're going to go about 5 to 6 weeks till people start finishing up. We'll open a Ravelry thread, we'll have prizes, and we'll go from there.
That'll be fun. I'm going to knit a poncho too, but not another Hugo. I said, well, I didn't want to be left out, you know, that whole FOMO thing. And so I have, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to knit. I have 2 in my stash that I actually purchased the yarn for to knit a poncho.
Okay.
And then I have a 3rd one in my queue that I did not purchase yarn for, but probably could find something appropriate in stash.
Okay.
But the first one is I'm going to be using, one of them is Cascade the Merino, which you're going to just stock, you're going to get in the shop now. And so I want to knit that. So it'll be nice to see how that knits up. That's one. And that was Indigo Frost, I think was a pattern on that.
Okay.
Or I'm going to knit Casapinka's Nancho.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
one or the other. And then the 3rd one, and if I opt to go with the 3rd one, it could be Corey Eichelberger's at the beach or to the beach Pontini or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's a short over the shoulder kind of thing. But it's a cute pattern. And hers, this one has, you know, like the old fashioned ripple afghan that has like the zigzags. That's what this one does. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Indigo Frost because I really want to try that Cascade Merino. I've never knit that. And so I want to try
I
it.
want to know how it wears.
Yes, exactly.
So so far I've only made a hat for Aubrey, so I'll have to check that out after another month or 2 because she got it for Christmas. So and see if it's all pilled. Because like we were talking earlier, if something's 100% merino, it's very soft and beautiful, but it can pill. Because merino's a short staple wool. I guess that's right. Yeah. So yeah, that pills easier. We'll see. I don't want to overstock it before I know, you know, how it wears.
Well, if I wanted more of it, though, you could order it for me.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I have some there now.
Yeah. I don't know what colors you got. I didn't look.
Mostly, I know I have that gray.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ordered, I don't know. I have to look.
Okay.
What else we got is we got a whole bunch of buttons. I must have got 10, 12 tubes of buttons. I got these big ones. We've had similar before. And I got them in red, this is dark aqua, and dark lilac. And then these buttons are from Kay Fassett, who is the yarn and fabric designer. So yeah, they kind of go with his fabrics. We have fabric like that too.
That is pretty.
Yeah, so that's something different.
Okay, so now I kind of jumped into this pattern.
Yep.
Okay, because I love this thing. I've had this dream, okay, to make a quilt like this for my bed for Christmas time. But, you know, when you look at the amount of work and fabric, plus the having someone quilt it for you, and I would be doing a king.
Yeah, it's probably, I don't know. I've made one king size quilt in my life only. I made lots of queens, but king size, like you're edge to edge on your quilting frame, I was. And the only reason I could even get it on there, because I have a home machine on there. I don't have a long arm. I have just a regular machine on my frame. And that, I used, what did I use? A cotton batting that wasn't very lofty. It was more of a flat, pressed down one. And it was batik fabric. So it could smash when I rolled it up. It could smash the wall. So it did fit on there. I think I had to turn it around though. Like I quilted maybe 3/4 of it and I couldn't roll anymore. So I took it all off and I turned it around and I started quilting from the other side. So yeah, it's hard to do a king. Unless you do a quilt as you go technique.
Well, and that's the other option.
Yeah.
Could you do a quilt as you go technique using a strip along this line? Would that work?
You could do it with making a tree, yeah. Yeah, because, let me go get one real quick and show you.
I think I was at Joanne Fabrics and I saw a Christmas jelly roll and I absolutely loved it. So,
I would be careful buying fabric in Joanne Fabric.
well, yeah.
That it's, you want a good quilting cotton. I mean, like I said, mine was from Moda. You want it to be from a good
I
fabric
just
house.
like the fabric. I know, you've been
Yeah.
telling me all about good quilting fabric.
So, you could still use your jelly roll and do your cuts. This one don't have the thing here. And then you do your cuts and lay your block out like on here, one strip at a time. You know, like this has the tree. So each of those are strips, each level. So do one strip at a time, flip and sew them onto here. And then it'll be all quilted for you, just like this is on an angle, but yours would be straight. And then you put them together. I think I have one here. Your backing would be this color that is in between.
Okay.
And then when you put them together, you sew them together, and that backing becomes the sashing right here.
Oh.
And if both of those are the same color, it's going to look like a little wider stripe. And then you can do
Okay.
king size because you just do it in long rows, and you're only adding one row at a time, so it fits under your home machine. You can make these blocks any size you want.
Okay.
You know, if you want them to be 12 by 12 or whatever you need for this. And they don't
Okay.
have to be squares, they can be rectangles.
Well, I guess what I think I need to do is I need to learn this technique first.
Uh-huh.
And then I can take that technique and
Sure.
apply it with something like this.
And I've taught this here at the store twice already. We've had 2 nice sized classes of this. And I would be willing to put it on the calendar again and see if we get more people, and then we can learn in a group if you want to do that.
I think I might have to do something like that.
Okay.
I mean, this technique intrigues me.
Uh-huh.
So,
It's the only way I'll make a king size quilt again. I mean, that one I
well,
did.
and I'm thinking the more I think about this, that might make sense. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, so maybe to start with, I learn that technique and maybe do it small, like on a twin or even a crib size.
Yeah.
Um,
Or you could just do a table runner.
why would I do that?
I don't know.
I
for
got
your
it's go
counter?
big or go home.
Oh, okay.
I could do it on my kitchen counter. Actually, I always have a
Yeah.
runner on my counter. So,
I do them too for my cousin who has a big counter that you eat at, because you can use it like your trivet then.
yeah, I do that all the time. Okay, so that's probably what I should do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So anyways, well, in this stack of quilt patterns, this is my favorite.
okay.
So then, but there's more.
Yep.
I like this. It's pretty.
That one is cut loose patterns, and what they print my name on the bottom. Look at there.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And they're only $4 because they're just one page. You know, you might have to put it on your copier and blow it bigger for you. Well, no, you can't. These can't be copied. But they fit it all on one page. I mean, it's still readable.
Oh, plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't copy it because that's what all this stuff is. I think if you copy it,
Oh, that like
it
messes
kind of
with
blocks out all the other
Okay.
stuff.
So
What's this one made with?
I'm looking for that.
10-inch squares.
10-inch squares.
So this one's using a layer cake.
Okay.
And I think all the rest are jelly rolls.
Yep. Strip club, strip club, strip club. Yep, they're all jelly rolls. So there's this one. I think that's pretty. Oh, I like this with this purple.
Yeah. Those are all batiks, it looks like.
Yeah, it does look like batiks. Now that I know what a batik is. Oh, this is pretty.
This one is the one that seems to be catching people's eye. Spin it around for them.
Of course, I'm looking at it the first time. Give me a break.
Okay.
Ah,
But
lighten up,
yeah,
girl.
that's the one that
I think that's pretty.
that people keep taking a double take at. So I think that might be the first
Well,
of this
I'm
bunch
wondering if the
that
colors
I-
aren't just so inviting.
maybe.
You know, I just think they're soft and there's a certain level of harmony.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is just me, all right? But this one is bright and kind of loud, yells at you in a way. Now, let's face it, the designer did this on purpose. That's fine. It's a beautiful pattern. I'm not being critical. But there's something really inviting about the warmth in this one. I don't know. This is pretty.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. And then, oh, a lattice. And that's certainly pretty.
Yep.
So,
And then there was one more pattern. This one is called Knit Purl Roll. It's for you to make your own roll for your circular needles or your fixed needles. So our friend brought this when we went to that mini retreat in December, and I really liked it. So I ordered the pattern. I think I bought 5 of them. So they're available for sale here in the store, except for one of them I'm taking home with me.
well,
So,
I heard it.
yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah. I was thinking it would be nice to make the one for my double points.
Yeah,
Because I keep the double points in the sleeve, you know, or the package, the plastic, and or the cellophane wrap. And, like, you know, I'm going to tell you, they slide right out. And, you know, the stuff rips on the corners and whatever.
Sure.
So to have something nice like that for
Yeah.
my double points. You
So
can make me
nice.
one. My birthday's in May.
Oh, is it now? And this has a nice flap to come over it so they
Yeah.
don't fall out.
Yeah, you could make me one out of this fabric because I really like this fabric.
Do I have this fabric? I have this one.
Oh,
I don't know if I have the sheepies. Do I?
I don't know.
Is it down there?
Well, you got something down there, similar.
Okay.
You got the squares, and then
Okay.
there's something underneath it, and then there's something underneath it that has this pattern, but it's
Yeah.
stripes.
Yeah, I have this black one with the balls of yarn. I don't think I have those exact sheepies.
Okay, well, I'm flexible, really, I am.
Okay. Yeah. I have 5 of those from that line. I think there were like 12 of them or something.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, and I think the line was called All You Knit Is Love. And they're on the website if you need fabric for making bags. You can go on the website and
Okay.
buy the fabric too. So.
I don't think I know enough about quilting to make something that fancy.
And this has got all the interfacings and stuff in it. What is it? Fabric sheets. It doesn't have all. It tells. Oh, it's fusible fleece and woven interfacing both. So it's interfacing and fleece inside both.
Wow.
I'm guessing maybe the fleece is the main part, and then the little pockets are probably just interfacing.
Oh, yeah, I would think that you take
Yeah.
that fabric, put the interfacing between it, and then keeps you stiffer to make the pocket.
For the pockets, yeah. I would imagine the pockets are lined too. Everything's probably lined. So,
Well, see, there you go. You
I'm
can
gonna
experiment with it, and I can be the guinea pig.
I'm going to be looking for a new sewing project. I think this one and that pirouette are the next 2. Because now that this is done, I finished Clay's quilt for Christmas, and then my dad's, I finished the top on Monday, so all I have to do is quilt his. And I got
yeah.
the backing there.
This is really, I mean, the fabrics are so manly. You
Yeah.
can make one like that for your dad.
Oh, I already have Dad's done. The top's done. His is queen size.
Oh,
So it was 100 blocks,
Hey.
19 pieces in each block, so
you
1,900
nuts.
pieces. It's a log cabin, and he wanted it red and white. So I got a black center, and then the blocks are red and white, and then I'll put black binding around the edge.
Oh, so you're
So-
still working on it.
I have the top, and then I have the backing. I need to sandwich it together, quilt it, and I'll
Okay.
put that one on the frame. Because this was terrible to pin. Because this is on a bias, so that is a stretchy thing. Oop, I got a thread I missed. And just, had it all here. And every time I'd pin it all out, and then I'd flip it over to see how it is. a big wrinkle would be sore. So I'd unpin that quarter, because I always do it in quarters, work center and then do a quarter. And then I'd unpin that quarter, fix it. I can't tell you how many times I repinned it. And then I got it home. I took it home once it was all pinned, and I still have one more place I had to take it apart and pin it again.
You
It
know,
just didn't want to lay
when
flat.
you were telling us the other night about all of the issues you had getting this to pin and whatever, I kept thinking, well, pinning's not that hard. Pinning's not that hard. But when you just said, oh, this was on the bias, that made the difference. Because when I did that quilt for Derek and Ashley with the beer, you know, that thing, I pinned it once, flipped it over, and it laid flat. And I'm thinking, shoot, how did that happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, on a little like crib size or throw size quilt, that I'm fine with that too.
Okay.
But I mean,
Maybe it was the size, because that thing
this
wasn't that big
was
either.
big. It took up 3 tables.
Okay.
3 of our tables full, and it was still hanging off the edges.
Wow.
Yeah. So I am not going to be doing that anytime soon again. I learned my lesson. If I want to custom quilt another quilt like this, I will put it on my table and roll it up, and I'll just do basting stitches with my machine,
Yeah.
and then take it off of there and then do the custom quilting. I will not pin it again.
Okay. You heard it here, folks. You will not pin it again.
Not that big.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Like little ones like that, that's not bad.
Okay.
So, okay, we've been rattling a long time.
Yeah, but we have a lot to say today.
Do you want to tell them what to do to win a bag?
You have to like, comment, subscribe. Right? Those
Yep.
3 things.
Yep.
The comment's the critical one.
Yep, and make the comment, happy anniversary. Then I know you're there for the prize.
That's right. Happy anniversary.
Yep, and you
Can
want
you-
to show them the bag?
Oh, well, it's this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I did. Didn't
Well,
I?
yeah, you showed them, but you didn't tell them
Oh,
they
this
could
is
win
the
it.
prize. Yes, you can win it. Made by Sandy. Magpies Cottage embroidered in there. I mean, I think that was just such a nice touch. I really
Beautiful.
do. I do. I love this bag. And then you get nice pocket on the other side. There's a pocket with a zipper on the inside. I mean, this is a great bag. So yeah, you want to comment. You want to win this. I'm not going to comment because I already have one.
Well, you can comment, just don't say happy anniversary, and I won't count you.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for enjoying our
All
100th
right.
anniversary with us.
Yeah. So we have our giveaway, we have our knit along. We're good.
We're good.
All right.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.